Hey guys, I am back from vacay and it is time to tackle my big closet clean out, my motivation to start this entire blog in the first place. And before I could do that, I wanted to just be really candid with you. I got into there and thought, I can't even see the forest for the trees. There is so much clutter, so much dust to be kind of pushed away from the surface before I could get into the meat of this project. And when I talk about dust, what I mean are those areas where it is just easy to accumulate over the years and not even notice how much of a burden it is that these things are bursting at the seams. So I am talking about things like the sock drawer, the pajama drawer, in some cases like the tank top or layering pieces drawer, handbags, accessories, scarves, all of that kind of stuff. So this week, I am going to show you my, in some cases, hilarious befores, probably stuff you guys can totally relate to, and then the super liberating afters. So let's go. Okay guys, I'm starting with my sock drawer here, and the first thing I want to say is, what is that? That is like a giant fluffy cardigan, and why is that even in my sock drawer? I have no idea. The other thing I'm noticing right from the get-go is that I have so many socks in here, I can't even really easily open or close the drawer. This sock drawer is super disorganized, and I've got everything from little like no-show sneaker socks to ankle socks to boot socks to, I think there are some like, let's see, leg warmers in here. Yeah, leg warmers. Probably something like 20 pairs of hiking socks. I don't even remember the last time I went on a serious hike. Chances are if I wanted to do that in the future, I'd just go buy some hiking socks. So I have got a mammoth task before me. Well, guys, this is it. This is the end result of my sock purge. And as you can see, I have separated it into a little collection of sneaker socks or no-show socks, shorter socks for boots, medium socks for boots, and then tall and heavy socks. And, you know, basically, I have just enough to get me through any week, any time of the year, and no more than I need for about a week, with the assumption that if worse came to worse and I was traveling and could not do laundry, I would just, you know, sorry, maybe it's gross, rewear a pair of socks. Hey, turn them inside out, recycle. But oh my gosh, my sock drawer can finally breathe and it can finally close. Oh boy, it's time for the sports bras, and OMG. I mean, this is like insane and definitely a little bit embarrassing. This is so many sports bras, and the funny part is I really only do any working out at home, mostly like yoga in my living room. And I wear just the couple that are probably on top and never even dig into the rest. Can anybody relate? Do you have piles and piles every time you go out, you find a cute one and you think this will be darling under some really low scoop tank, and then it just gets buried under the rest? OMG, where am I going to even start? And let's see if I can boil this down. I mean, look, you guys, there's so many, just like with everything. This is, you know, shameful, but seriously, I just want you to see that I, who clean out closets for everyone else, am guilty of all the same things. Tags on, and I don't even know what I have. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have to say this exercise not only liberated me, but really surprised me. I did not realize how hard it was going to be to get rid of bras. It's so easy to find a justification for like every single one in there. And one of the things I had to say to myself was, you know, if I have something that looks like a duplicate, how much do I need? 2 of them. So eliminating duplicates really, really helped. In fact, in many cases, I had like 5, 6, 7 of them, not 2 of them. And then just asking myself things like, does a strappy racer back also need like a thick racer back next to it? Or can that strappy racer back work for everything? So part of the minimizing process is just asking ourselves if we need every nuanced variety of everything really. Like, is that what's really important in our lives? Or is just having something that's good enough important so that we can actually get busy living our lives? So that was something that I had to go through. I also had to try on a lot of stuff and found out in the process that a lot of these things don't actually fit me that well. I eliminated colors that no longer really work for me. I've changed my hair color, so I had some colors in there that looked absolutely awful. And so what you can see is in this basket here, I have things organized by color. So I have blacks, whites, neutrals, taupes, and then I have my colors on top. And the reason I did that is because the novelty pieces are the ones that often get overlooked. And I actually want those out there first so I don't forget about them. And I find clever ways just to integrate them into my dressing. Okay, so I have a nice non-overflowing basket, still more than I probably really need, but boy, it's definitely whittled down. Then the next awesome exercise I went through was the sports bras. Okay, so what I decided to do was actually put them into a drawer. And I decided that for the most part, I was gonna whittle it down to just a little stack of sports bras that I absolutely love that have matching leggings to go with them. So they're sets, and I love little matching sets. So I organized it in a drawer like that, so they're just reach, grab, and go. And then right next to it, I kept just a couple of basic black and white ones, but literally just a couple of each, and I let the rest go. So I feel so organized. I actually feel excited to work out now, and I'm not overwhelmed by all of the choices that I have. Okay guys, so scarves are next, and scarves for me are something that take up a tremendous amount of space. They're so bulky, and I really just don't wear them very often. So it's hard to justify that much space in the closet being occupied by something that just doesn't have a lot of utility for me. I mean, I have a few favorites, but I definitely do not need this level of variety. So let's see if I can whittle this one down in a jiff. So this was an awesome learning opportunity because this took me less than 5 minutes to whittle down to my 5 favorites, and yet it freed up like a whole full big drawer in my closet. So worth those 5 minutes. And what I decided to do was keep almost all, in fact, really when I think about it, all 5 scarves that I held on to are pashminas that can easily double as a full wrap or be twisted around the neck for a scarf. They're very cute. They add to an outfit, but they also sub for a jacket for warmth. Great for the airplane, great for movie theaters, cold restaurants. And I have a nice variety of colors here, and I kept only things in fabrics that are really fabulous, like full-blown cashmeres or cashmere silk blends. So I held on only to the high quality ones, and they're just so pretty to look at. So I'm super excited about my organized little scarf collection. Holy cow, you guys, hats are next up, and oh my gosh, what you're looking at is the result of literally years worth of accumulation of hats and just kind of failure to go through them on a regular basis. So just adding to, and the worst thing with hats is they take up a huge amount of space, and just like scarves, I actually don't even wear them that often, and so, or if I do, it's like one of them or 2 of them. So the other thing we're also looking at, and I'm sure lots of you can relate to this, is having found a style that worked for me at one point in time, I would then go buy like 10 of them, like this little knit beanie here, which, I do actually wear those a lot, but do I really need like 3 of the same color? And really, I tend to just wear one of those colors, period. So anyway, let's see if I can whittle this down and reclaim some much needed space in my closet. So, not as hard as I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to be super attached to all of my hats, but the reality is that when I went to try them on, you guys, really, there were just a handful that I absolutely loved. And on the top row, I've got my summer hats, and on the bottom row, I've got my fall winter hats. And so they're nice and organized. And I really, with things like straw hats that I almost never wear, I made myself choose just one to hang on to. The things that I wear more often, like the berets or like my little knit beanies, I let myself choose a few, but I got rid of all of the duplicate colors. So I just picked the one that was in the very best shape. And I think I'm down to a collection of hats that really can just fit on one shelf, stack on top of each other, and are out of the way and leave room for the things that I am more, that I utilize more. So guys, I'm tackling swimwear next. And the reason for me is that personally, we do not spend a ton of time at the pool. And this is one of those things where you just have to assess your own needs and your lifestyle and see whether your closet is a reflection of this. And it is really not worth taking up a whole dresser drawer of space for me. So I would like to whittle it down to just a few cover-ups, a couple of swimsuits, and that's really all I ever take on vacation with me anyway, and be able to just pop it into a basket, nice and organized, and stick it in a tiny corner of my closet. Well, holy cow, that was liberating. Oh my gosh, I got it down to 3 cover-ups and 3 swimsuits. And each cover-up has a swimsuit that goes with it. I would love to say it's all mix and match, but with all these patterns going on, each is just paired back to a swimsuit. And I feel totally free. And you know what? This is one of those great examples in life where, okay, you know, I actually just ditched a lot of cover-ups, but if it comes down to it and we have some huge change in our lifestyle, you know, and that is having us go to the beach every day or the pool constantly, then I can add things back in later. But for now, this is reflective of my lifestyle and gets my swimwear out of the way. Oh, guys, I conclude this massive purge with Mount Everest. This is my current handbag collection, and I had to go to numerous rooms throughout the house to gather them all up. It's probably a way that I have tricked myself into believing I don't have so much as by putting a little bit here and a little bit there. But this is just inexcusable. I mean, this is years worth of accumulation. And, you know, sometimes I think that when you have so much, it's like, what's one more? And it's one of the beautiful things about getting down to a much more limited collection, of being a minimalist, is that you really appreciate what you have when you have little, and then you think very hard about adding to it. And so I am super excited to tackle this. This is going to be hard for me because I am obsessed with handbags, obviously. And so I'm going to have to separate it obviously into categories, and I'm going to have to really thumb through. I mean, how many belt bags does a girl need? So I am really eager to show you guys the end result. All right, guys, I'm back, and oh my gosh, that was really tough. I saved the hardest for the last. I love my handbags. There were so few that were easy to part with, but what I tried to do was start by separating into types, and that's a great strategy. When you're feeling overwhelmed, start to segment out, and then you can take it in bite-size pieces. So I did belt bags and oversized totes, evening bags, backpacks. So I'm going to show you where I ended up. I really purged on the evening bag front, and that was hard because they were such novelty, beautiful pieces. But you know what? The more novelty it is, the less use I usually get out of it, and I don't have very many evening occasions. So one neutral, one black. Then on the belt bags, you know, I'm not wearing them that much lately. but I kept one black and one rose gold, so they kind of go with anything. Then, of course, my new Michael Kors crossbody bag, which sort of fits in this category because it's compact. I love that, and it goes with everything. And then my Lululemon bag, it's a really oversized belt bag, kind of can wear it as a crossbody. That's great for walks on the Monon with my kids, just because I can throw like a couple of water bottles in there and still feels like an easy tote. Then on the backpacks, you know, this is another one where I rarely use backpacks, but they are great for a walk or a hike or travel if you're trying to bring a carry-on bag and then you also need something on your back. And I love this black one from Sol & Celine because I can fit a computer in there as well. Then on the tote front, that was the hardest part for me because this is my everyday bag, and I like a really nice big bag, a bucket bag that I can throw everything into. And you know, I had so many good ones, but I really do not use them. And it's just more fun to have a few because it's just less overwhelming. So I kept my 2 Louis Vuittons high quality bags. If you don't have one, then I really cannot recommend them highly enough because you can overload them and they can stand up to anything. One black bag, which will be great for fall, winter, can also fit a computer in there, but it's a very nice bag. Could be worn in the evening too. And then 2 smaller totes, which are also just kind of nice because you don't get so overloaded. This little black one here is from Cindy Kirk. She is a phenomenal handbag designer. If you're not familiar with her, she's out of Sun Valley, Idaho. She is just a good friend and an awesome designer. And then a nice little cherry colored one, you know, with fall, winter coming, that kind of excites me. So this is a more compact collection. I kind of cover all fronts. I'm not gonna lie, I would really like to whittle down from here, but this is such a good start from the mammoth mountain I had before. So you guys, this is it. What comes next for me is the true closet clean out, and that's gonna be Mage. But now I think I can start to see the forest for the trees, and I cannot wait.